I am Ramya Kanthi, Comptroller General. This is the 5th video recording of our awareness video recording series we provide through the CGO-NFAMS YouTube channel to facilitate the public sector institutions on functioning in NFAMS. That is the web-based non-financial assets management system implemented by the Assets Management Circular number 6 of 2023 issued by the Secretary to the Treasury. This video recording explains you on the data entry officer's role in NFAMS. From our previous 4 awareness video recordings, we clearly explain you on the purpose and the requirement of NFAMS, the importance of NFAMS, then how you can create accounts to register the 2 users required to function in NFAMS, that is the data verification officer and the data entry officer, as well as on the data verification officer's first role in NFAMS. From this video recording, I will discuss on the task the data entry officer should perform, that is the data entry officer's role in NFAMS. After the data verification officer of the respective institution completed his first role, confirming the availability of the vehicles under that institution, the data entry officer of that institution should perform this task if there are vehicles under that institution. I believe that you all are now well aware of the NFAMS and have listened to all previous recordings in our awareness video recording series and have a clear understanding. With that knowledge, let's start this video recording on the data entry officer's role in NFAMS for entering basic information and valuation information of vehicles. So, as you are familiar now, you type here the web address systems.treasury.gov.lk. Then you can see this interface. This is the Ministry of Finance digital space. This is the tab to enter the NFAMS. When you click the visit button here, you can log into the NFAMS. As we have clearly discussed before, entering your identity card number and the password, now you can log into the NFAMS. Then, as you can see here, the data entry officer can see his information by clicking the profile button here. Your name, identity card number, institution, telephone numbers, and email address can be seen here. These information are recorded here as per the information you reported in NFAMS. If required, the data entry officer also gets the opportunity to change this information. If your personal information, except identity card number, has to be corrected, you can do that by yourself clicking the edit profile button here. But if your identity card number or institution information have to be corrected, you can do it by informing to the Comptroller General's office. Now, I will explain you on how does the data entry officer can enter the basic information and valuation information of vehicles in NFAMS. In the navigation panel, you can see in the left side, you should click this Add Asset Information tab. Then you can see here these tabs related to 6 types of non-financial assets, of which we have requested information from you. That is, vehicles, buildings, lands, structures, plant machinery and equipment, and also furniture and office equipment. But at present, we have implemented only the vehicle module. So, click the button Vehicle. Then you can see this interface. This is the interface that you should enter the basic information of vehicles. And please remember that you have to enter the relevant information separately for each vehicle. Here, I emphasize that before you start entering the information of a vehicle, you should keep the registration book and other required information with you and start entering the requested information. Because for the safety of the system and the data recorded in this web-based system, we have given a facility that if a user keeps system without any movement or an activity, at least a mouse movement in this system more than 4 minutes, then the system gets logged out automatically. But the user cannot see it. Hence, if a user starts entering data and stop it for a while because of some reason, that is to find other requested information or any other matter, and if he come back and enter the information in that screen he can see, such information cannot save in NFAMS. So we again remind you, please keep the registration book and the other required information with you and start entering the requested information for each vehicle. Then I will explain during a practical session how you can enter the basic information and valuation information of vehicles to register vehicles in NFAMS. You can see here at Asset 2. And there are two options, My Institution or Child Institution. A data entry officer who is entering information of vehicles under his institution should click My Institution here and start entering data. Further, as per the provisions given in section 4.2 of the Access Management Circular number 6 of 2023, and as we explained through Zoom meetings, we have given a facility to institutions which have regional officers or sub-officers to enter the vehicle information by parent institution on behalf of the child institution, that is regional office or sub-office. In instances where the respective child institution is not in a position to enter the information of vehicles under that child institution. In this case, it is important to remember the parent institution should get the prior approval from the Comptroller's office to enter the information on behalf of the child institution as instructed in the circular I mentioned before. So, if a data entry officer of a parent institution starts entering the information of vehicles under the child institution, he should click Child Institution and select the correct child institution name like this and start entering information of vehicles under that child institution. Let's start entering basic information and valuation information of a vehicle to register that vehicle in NFAMS. First, you have to select the correct asset code like this. This is not a new thing. This is the same as the asset codes you used to submit the vehicle information since 2017 as per the Access Management Circular number 1 of 2017. Let's think we are going to enter the information of a passenger vehicles. Then select passenger vehicle asset code here. Then here you can see RMA BMT registered. You have to select yes or no. That is, for vehicles that are required to be registered under the Motor Traffic Act, you have to select yes here. Otherwise, for vehicles that are not required to be registered under the Motor Traffic Act, you have to select no here. For example, if you are going to register a boat, you have to select no here, and then you can see that it appears here serial number, and you have to enter the serial number of that boat. Let's think the serial number of that boat is BOT 123. You can enter that number and continue entering other relevant information. Very often, you have the RME registered vehicle, so you can select yes here. And then automatically it appears here registration number instead of serial number. When you enter the registration number, you have to be careful. As we have instructed in the user manual, you have to follow a formal method to enter the registration number. For an example, let's think that the registration number of this vehicle is 19-5427. Then you have to enter it like this. Then if you have a new vehicle with English letter number CAV-0739, then you have to enter it like this. And then if you have a vehicle with 3 letter number 1386, then you have to enter it like this. Here 3 in all capital letters should be entered. Also, you are not allowed to enter the provincial codes here like WP, NP, etc. Then you have to enter the class of vehicle. You have to select the class of vehicle as you can see now. And you are advised to select the class of the vehicle as given in the registration book. If it is given in the registration book as car, you have to select here car. There are special cases. For example, if you have a Toyota Land Cruiser V8 vehicle, this is a popular vehicle. We think this is a SUV vehicle or a Jeep model vehicle. But if the class of that V8 vehicle is given as car in the registration book, you select here car and do not select here SUV looking at the vehicle. Then you have to enter the make of the vehicle. This is the producer, that is Toyota, Nissan, Mitsubishi, etc. Think this is a Nissan vehicle. Then you type here Nissan like this. Next, the model. You have to enter the model as given in the registration book. If the model is not given in the registration book, then mention like this, not given in the CR. And do not mention here informal model names. For example, for a Toyota Hiace vehicle, we informally use as Dolphin and do not type here Dolphin. As same, there is a Toyota Hiace vehicle we informally call Shell model and do not type here Shell. So, do not type here model names used informally. Make sure to type here the model given in the registration book. Then manufactured year. You type here the manufactured year as given in the registration book like this. Then registered year. You type here the registered year as given in the registration book like this. Next, you should enter the purpose of the vehicle selected from the given list. Whether it is a assigned vehicle or a pool vehicle, otherwise public transport, commercial or agriculture like this. We have given here different forms of purposes of use and you have to select the relevant purpose of use from the given list. Then you can type the color of the vehicle like this. Then the cargo space of the vehicle. If it is available in the registration book, you should select yes here. Then it is appeared here the place to type the cargo space in liters. Otherwise, if cargo space is not available in registration book, you can select here no and continue to enter other information. After that, you have to mention the cylinder capacity as given in the registration book. If it is a normal vehicle, you have to mention the cylinder capacity in cubic centimeters, that is cc. Otherwise, if it is an electric vehicle, you have to mention it in kilowatt capacity. Think it is a 1400 cc vehicle. You can type it like this. Then engine number and chassis number should be typed here as it is given in the registration book. If there are capital or simple letters, numbers, symbols, you have to type them as it is in the registration book. Then the fuel type. It is available in the registration book. You have to mention that here. You can select it from this drop-down list. Then the transmission of the vehicle should be given here. Normally, this is not available in the registration book, but you, as a person who handles vehicle matters, you know the type of the transmission of the vehicle and you can select it from this drop-down list. For example, whether it is a manual, auto, Triptronic or Steptronic, you can select the relevant transmission type. Then you have to fill the seating capacity including driver. That is, number of passengers including the driver. Seating capacity is given in the registration book in two types. That is, seating capacity including driver or seating capacity excluding driver. You have to enter this data with the understanding. If it is given in the registration book as excluding driver, you have to add 1 to the given number and enter. If it is given in the registration book as including driver, you have to type the same number here. Then the number of doors in the vehicle. This is also not available in the registration book, but you check it, examine in the vehicle and enter the correct figure. Then there is an especially important factor to be mentioned, that is the ownership of the vehicle. You have to select it from the given drop-down list. First, you can see own here. That is, if the vehicle is registered under the name of the head of your institution or of your institution. Otherwise, if the absolute owner of the vehicle is the head of your institution or your institution, you have to select on here. Then it appears you to enter the purchase price of that vehicle. If you know the purchase price, you can type it here. Otherwise, if it is a vehicle purchased many years before and that value is not available now, you can type 1 as a nominal value and continue. Then you can see here operational lease, financial lease or rent. As appropriate, you can select the relevant purchase method here like this. Then as you can see here, respective information has to be entered. First, you can see here lessor or renter. That is, you should enter the name of the company from which you purchase the vehicle on the basis of operational or financial lease or rental. Then you select the purchase date from this calendar. And then the monthly payment should be typed here. As same, lease, rent period has to be typed here in months. Then we have given an option for another specific situation, that is owned by another public sector institution. We have identified that some institutions use vehicles owned by other institutions, may be taken temporarily. We discussed in the awareness video recording on data verification officers first role also how to enter such vehicles in NFAMS. So, if your institution uses a vehicle owned by another institution, you have to enter that vehicle under this category. We stressed in earlier awareness video recordings also that each institution should register all the vehicles available under that institution in NFAMS without considering the ownership of the vehicle. So, in order to fulfill that requirement, we have given here all the possible categories to reflect the ownership of a vehicle. So, if you select the category owned by another public sector institution, then you have to select the name of that owned institution like this from this drop-down list. When you type the first wordings of your institution like this, it will appear here and you have to select the correct one. It is important you should carefully check the details of that institution name, address, etc. and click select button here. Then the relevant institution is automatically selected here like this. We have given another option, owned by closed public sector institution. That is, if the institution that owns the vehicle is closed now or not functioning, then you have to select this category. In this situation, you have to type the name of that closed institution here because we cannot register the closed institution in NFAMS and we have included only the names of the existing institutions in NFAMS. Next, you have to fill the condition of the vehicle. Here, two options are given, running or not running. You have to select the appropriate category. Here, vehicles not running means the vehicles which have been identified not to utilize by the respective institution because either one of the two reasons I explained now. One reason may be such vehicles are to be disposed as per the instructions given by the Asset Management Circular number 5 of 2020 and subsequent circulars thereto. Other reason may be such vehicles have to be repaired but do not have a plan to do that due to the constraints of funding or any other matter. So, if not running option is selected, not running field will provide you the facility to submit relevant information. Then, in the registration book or the CR, there are conditions, special notes given. You have to mention such conditions, if any, here. For example, if the CR is a duplicate, it is mentioned as duplicate. Or the vehicle has been imported under the duty concessions, it is mentioned here. So, you should enter such conditions, special notes here like this. Then, if there is any other information to be recorded here, the data entry officer can enter such information under this remark field like this. Then, the data entry officer should check again whether the entered information is correct. With that confirmation, he should click Save button and save the entered information in NFAMS. Then you can see this message. Are you sure? Then if you are sure that entered information is correct, then click Yes, I confirm this. Then you will get this interface. Here you can see this section, information of valuation is compulsory. Under that you can see add valuation details. That is, we have given the opportunity to enter the information of valuation of the vehicle. Comptroller General's Office has issued 3 assess management circulars up to now on valuation of non-financial assets. Latest amendment is Assess Management Circular number 5th of 2021. These circulars are available in our website. If you have valued vehicles under your institution, as per the instructions given by these circulars, you can select JERS and enter these values here. If you have not valued vehicles as per these circular instructions, you can select No here. Then nominal value 1 and today's date automatically appears here. So, if you have not yet valued vehicles as per the instructions given by these circulars, then select No and continue. But do the valuation and enter such information and update before 31st December 2023. If the respective institution is a public enterprise, they can value vehicles as per the instructions given by these circulars or as per the provisions given in the accounting standards followed by that institution as instructed in the user manual. After entering this data, you can click Save button here. Then you can see this message, "Are you sure?" Then if you are sure that entered information is correct, then click "Yes, I confirm this." Then you get this interface. Now the data entry officer's role is completed for registering a vehicle in NFAMS. But the data verification officer of that institution has to separately verify the basic information and the valuation information of each vehicle to complete the registration of vehicles in NFAMS, as we will explain in our next awareness video recording on the data verification officer's second role. When these steps are completed, such vehicles are registered in NFAMS, and the Comptroller General's office can see such registered vehicle information in NFAMS. Then, if there are 10 vehicles under an institution, the data entry officer of that institution has to complete this process separately for each of those 10 vehicles. We have given the deadline 31st December 2023 to register all the at present available vehicles under each institution in NFAMS, as we have instructed from the Access Management Circular number 6 of 2023 issued by the Secretary of the Treasury. Now I will explain how the data entry officer can view the information he entered in NFAMS. There are two options for this. First option is, in the navigation panel, you can see View Asset Information button. Click this button. Then you can see this interface. Here, click View Vehicle button. Then you can see this interface, which provides you all the information of vehicles you entered. Here, you can see the vehicle that I entered, 19-5427 also is here. I remind you here, you are in the training environment of the NFAMS. We have entered here these sample data. They are not actual data. For a particular vehicle, if you click the view button here, then you can see the entered basic information of that vehicle here. You can see the in progress remark here. This in progress remark is shown only for the vehicles that the data verification officer has still not verified the basic information. When the data verification officer verifies the basic information, this remark will be shown as verified. As same, for valuation information, you can see the in progress remark here. That is, the data verification officer has to verify the valuation of that vehicle. Also, if there are a high number of vehicles in an institution, you can see such entered vehicles by increasing the number here, as you can see now. If you enter 25 here, you can see 25 vehicles here. If you enter 50 here, you can see 50 vehicles. Also, you get the facility to find a particular vehicle by typing the vehicle number here, as you can see now. Second option is by clicking the dashboard button in the navigation panel. You can see this interface. Here you can see a summary of the activities like this. Here, in progress assets gives you the information of vehicles still the data verification officer has not verified. So, if there are in progress assets here, the data entry officer can remind to the data verification officer to verify or reject such information, because such verified data of at present available vehicles should be recorded in NFAMS before 31st December 2023. Here also, if you click in progress assets, you can see the in progress vehicles here. You can view each vehicle information like this. This gives you an example that the data entry officer has not entered the valuation information. Then you can enter the valuation information and save here. This approved assets part records the information of vehicles that the data verification officer has verified the basic information and valuation information. Select in verify, treating them as correct. And you can see such vehicles with verified remark like this. Such vehicles recorded under approved assets are registered in NFAMS. As same, under the rejected assets, you can see the information of the vehicles of which either basic information or valuation information or both of these information has been verified. Selecting reject or not verified, respectively, treating them as not correct. Such vehicles recorded under rejected assets are not registered in NFAMS, and hence the data entry officer has to correct and submit the information again, and the data verification officer has to verify them as correct in order to record under approved assets and register such vehicles in NFAMS. How to correct the basic information or valuation information of vehicles rejected by the data verification officer is explained in our next video recording, that is 6th video recording, that is data verification officer's second role. Accordingly, the data entry officer should correct rejected information such that the data verification officer can verify them to register the vehicle in NFAMS. Here, I emphasize the need of regular checking on the updates in NFAMS by both the data verification officer and the data entry officer in each institution, and the requirement of together these two officers having regular communication between them to update information, mainly because NFAMS is a real-time data reporting management information system. There are other several features available in NFAMS as you can see here. We will discuss on such facilities available in NFAMS from another awareness video recording to be issued soon. So, we issue these video recordings to facilitate you to easily function in NFAMS. That is the Management Information System implemented issuing the Assets Management Circular number 6 of 2023. We expect that you all are facilitated and you all get the required understanding and awareness to easily function in NFAMS. With that expectation, we are managing this YouTube channel to facilitate you. Then, we kindly request from you all, please subscribe to the CGO Sri Lanka-NFAMS YouTube channel and click the bell icon and get the facility to easily access to other awareness video recordings we issue step by step. We will see you from our next awareness video recordings on functioning in NFAMS. Thank you.